we know that labels can have effects that are unintended. We've known this since the middle of the 20th century when Scott, in The Making of Blind Men, wrote about how people with partial vision entered schools for the blind, were labeled blind, and then stopped using any of their residual vision because they just saw themselves as blind. The neurodiversity movement is complex. It has many different aspects to it. There are many issues to debate and contest and to praise as well. This is a picture of my daughter Isabel when she was 6. This is in Monet's garden outside of Paris, in Giverny. And one of the things that I always try to remember is that when we're talking about the kinds of factors that influence the way we think about and manage autism and talk to our children and treat our children and help them to think about themselves, is that we need to remember not to insert ourselves into how we're structuring their experience. We need to step back and say, how do we define things? Then we can understand others. In other words, understanding yourself is a precondition to understanding others. If we know that autism is a cultural construction, then we can change it. If we know that culture influences something, we can change it. We can't change nature necessarily, but we can change the way we think about things. And too often, parents and family members and teachers' anxiety get in the way of doing what's best for the family and the child. I really like the quote from Jim Sinclair, who said in 1993, and he's an autistic self-advocate, "We need and deserve families who can see us and value us for ourselves, not families whose vision of us is obscured by the ghosts of children who never lived. Grieve if you must for your own dreams, but don't mourn for us. We are alive, we are real, and we're here waiting for you." Which is another way of saying that we need to pay more attention to the relationship between collective ideas and what an individual experiences. And that is another way of talking about the relationship between culture and nature. So thank you. I think we have time for questions.